You guys, about a month ago, I meant to talk about this, but I kind of forgot because I didn't write it down. But for some reason, there are people online who believe that Meghan Markle's kids are not real, that they don't exist, that they were never born, and that Archie is apparently someone else's kid that somehow they borrowed to pose on some photos, and that ultimately they're not hers. But they are probably Harry's kids. And I believe that one of them was delivered via surrogate. And then also, people have pointed out the weird ways that her belly moved or something, and how she was squatting in ways that it shouldn't be physically possible for someone who was pregnant to squat. And I just thought I would share that to see if you guys know anything about that, if you guys believe the same thing, or if you don't. But me personally, I think that the kids are real, but for some reason, she's deciding not to post about them, even though it's out of character for her, because it looks like she's always begging for attention, always looking for attention, always trying to upstage everybody else. But I really don't think that it's in their best interest to lie about this, because I feel like if she is someone who married for money and status, which it turns out, I guess, in her eyes, from what people are saying, Prince Harry doesn't have as much money as she thought he would or something, then maybe having kids is like the best way to secure a bag or two or three for herself, whatever ridiculous things are out there. But I personally, going back to the kids, think that they are real. I have more reasons to believe that they're real more than not, because I think that there wouldn't have been many people hiding this. You know what I mean? Like, if she was actually lying, I think that there would be various sources confirming how this is a lie. And I think that, say, over there in England, I don't think that they would just be letting this slide so casually. Even if they weren't involved in the birth of these kids like traditional royal babies are, I guess, then I guess we gotta remember how since they stepped down, then they won't get the same kind of coverage. But I don't think that we would just allow them to slide without real kids, but them promoting like they have real kids. So what if they don't express themselves like real parents, like they have kids? So what if Harry got some details wrong in the book? Just because he got some details wrong in the book, and maybe he made up some of that stuff about when Meghan was having her babies, I don't think that it makes the kids not real. I think that it's very easy to misrepresent something, or maybe you even want to have like filler information in a work that's supposed to be non-fictional. Maybe this person is just trying to get a little creative and have some fictional works in there, some fictional stories in there, whatever. But I'm just saying, when it comes to the kids, it just feels like it would be more demanding effort-wise to fake that they have kids more than actually not having kids. I don't know what to think, guys. That's why I thought I would dedicate this little segment to this topic, because I know that there's a lot of deception in the world, but this one, I don't know, it's just too much. What I do think, though, they may actually be separated. They may actually be living separate lives. It wouldn't surprise me, because I find that when Harry is by himself, he looks more like himself, but when he's with Meghan, it's like he doesn't ever look like he's having a good time. But then again, I'm just a random person from the exterior. I don't know either of them. I'm never gonna meet them. But I do think that when I think about how their portrayal is whenever they do make appearances, and how they've been separated doing activities for a while, I don't know if this is a suggestion from their team to try to, I guess, fix their reputation or their image, but it just doesn't make sense to me that this is a couple and yet they're so separated and they're not even working royals. I can understand that if you were a working royal and you got sent away for some engagement or whatever the hell these people do, But I honestly think that it'll be a matter of time before we officially get news that they're splitting. I just don't think that relationship is going very well. But then again, it's easy to have the news put garbage in your mind. I mean, let's think about Kate. I legit was starting to join the squad who believed that the lady was dead. I had more reasons to believe that she was gone more than she was still with us. But then we all turned out to be wrong. When it comes to these two, we could be saying what we want about the kids being fake and them being separated, but ultimately we could be wrong. I guess time will tell. Has there ever been a time in history that you can recall someone actually faked having kids for a prolonged period of time and got away with it for decades maybe? I personally have not heard of that. What I have heard of is, say, you will raise somebody, but then it turns out that this wasn't your real kid and you had no idea that they weren't your real kid, but maybe somehow you felt it, somehow you knew. To me, when it comes to that, the one I have always questioned is Khloe from the Kardashians. I sincerely don't think that she resembles her sisters. I don't think she resembles not even Kristen herself. Like, I think she resembles nobody in that family, and she happens to be the tallest. She happens to have like a different body type. Her skin tone is different. Everything about her is just different to me, and I feel more compelled to believe the theories that people have put together about who her real dad is. And sometimes I look at Chris and I'm like, I have to find a resemblance to Chris if I really fixate on it, if I'm actively looking for it. Whereas Kim, you see her, okay, you see Chris. You look at Kendall, you see Chris in there. You look at Courtney, you see Kim, you see Chris. See what I mean? But that's the one I'm interested in. But then again, like everything from random people like me, this is all alleged. Don't take any of this seriously. Don't get mad. Don't sue me. But yeah, that's the one that I really want to get to the bottom of, because I'm just not convinced. I know that I look more like my dad, but if I look for features from my mom, I can find them. We can observe, we have eyes. Final comparison, Leonor from Spain. I don't think she looks like her dad very much. All she has is blue eyes. And from her mom, I see a little bit of maybe the eyebrow arch, but I don't think she resembles her sister. And I don't really think she resembles her parents. Who does Leonor look like? Investigate. No, I'm just kidding. All right, guys, that's it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you